And we're live.
Whoa, we're live. What's up, Facebook Live? I don't even know if anybody's going to watch this live.
Does it show us if somebody...
Yeah, I think if somebody comes on, it shows us. But before we actually get into the show, maybe somebody will come on. We wanted to talk about something that Zach and I have been asked a couple questions lately about the Growth Now movement and the podcast that we're doing and why it's called the Growth Now movement. We really focused on growth because we feel like everybody, no matter where they are in life, whether they're at their low or they're high or whatever, they're trying to grow and get better at what they're doing. I know that Zach and I currently are doing things that we've never done before, and we're having successes that we never thought we could have, but we still want to grow. And if you listen to our episodes, you notice all the people we talk to, their biggest moment of growth was their lowest point. I don't know if Zach, if you thought about any of the episodes that we did or anybody we talked to, like what kind of takeaways did you have from their growth moments?
First of all, that was very philosophical. Well, thank you.
I try.
That was good.
He's in a mood
He didn't even practice that. I agree, though. I think, a lot of the people that we interview, there's a general theme around a lot of them, especially when you talk to them about what are the 3 things every day that makes you successful? Mm-hmm. And everybody makes it their own, so you have to make it your own if it's you. But there's a general theme around certain topics like exercising or reading. Even if it's not in their top 3 things that they say, when you take, all those things from all these successful people and there's one general theme or just a couple general themes, it's a huge sign that, hey, maybe I should do something like this. And then you do it, you cultivate it, you make it your own, and it's pretty cool. That was one of the main takeaways that I've been getting so far throughout the Growth Now journey.
Yeah, that's movement
episode.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we touched on it we just did an interview again tonight. We're not going to talk about it today in the show after the show, but we just did an episode with Steve Napolitani. He's an author, a public speaker, a business coach, and just a kind of an inspiring dude. And the things that he does every day is very, very mental. It's not necessarily like we have a lot of people like, I work out and make sure you do that, but his was very mental. So everybody has their different things, and you really have to find out what works for you as an individual because it's different for everybody. Like what I do doesn't work for Zach, and what Zach does doesn't necessarily work for me. So it's one of those things. But I think the cool part is, and the neat thing is about all these people we interview, they've been where we've been. They've been at their lows. One moment of growth was when he was homeless on the street and people were stepping over him. You know what I mean? And he's actually, that same guy is going to Australia soon to speak. Those are the crazy things that we experience. And we actually have a live viewer. I don't know who it is. But, hopefully this is working out. I don't know if Erica's watching. Oh, no. But I mean, it's kind of some neat information that we gathered from the people that we've interviewed, and we're super stoked about that. But with that being said, we're going to get into the show. If Zach's ready, I'm ready. But
what the show? What?
I'll get there. It's a build-up. We have to build it up.
Okay.
But hey, Facebook Live, Justin and Zach here, and welcome to the show after the show of the Growth Now movement. This is episode number 8.
We had the opportunity to interview Doug Ulman, and this was an amazing episode. He was the former CEO of Livestrong, the yellow bracelets that I'm sure you know about because everybody wore them.
I wore them.
And I did too. It was almost like a fashion statement. And this guy was one of the driving forces behind everybody wearing these bracelets. And he's really an inspiration from what he went through when he was younger and the opportunity he saw with cancer and younger people finding people to work with and learn about the disease. So it's really inspiring how he saw that opportunity and then took action on creating these nonprofits to build awareness and build funding for them.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that when you're 19 years old and you don't have to worry about anything but playing sports in college and, getting to class on time, he was diagnosed with cancer and he took that moment that is sometimes devastating for people and he allowed that to construct his life and his passion and his purpose, really. And I mean, we talk about that in the episode and we talk about how to really use your passion in life to fuel your fire and to get what you want in life and to really become successful using that passion. Instead of chasing money, let people know what you're passionate about, no matter what it is. And, I think that Doug is a really cool guy. I mean, the fact that we were able to interview somebody who's been interviewed by guys like Matt Lauer, that's humbling because it's Zach and I. And people who know us personally, they know that we're two guys that you would never choose out of a crowd that would be able to do something like that. And the fact that we were able to do that is really cool. And I don't know if Zach feels the same way, but
no, he's someone who obviously cares about helping people because he wants to spread the word about what he's doing. So I thought that was really cool. And he also touched on surrounding yourself with the right people. So I think doing that is one of the most important things you can do. Make sure you find those people, surround yourself with those people, whether it be friends, mentors, anything.
Yeah. So with all that being said, we want to thank you guys for sticking with us week after week. We just crossed the 1,000 cities in the world play. And it's insane. Thank you guys so much for joining us week after week. If you get a second, go over to iTunes, find us on there, and click that subscribe button. That always helps us. Maggie, thank you for the like. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the show after the show of the Growth Now movement, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.